I've been in recovery for about a decade now. And something that I've realized over the last few years was that early on in my recovery, I was really still steeped in diet culture. And if you don't know what that is, I consider it to be a system of oppression that continues to make money off of us feeling inadequate and making changing our bodies a huge priority in our life. And oftentimes it becomes our main focus. In the development of an eating disorder, it often develops as a way to cope with painful feelings that we're not quite sure how to cope with. And diet culture swoops in and says, hey, we can show you how to do that. So it's not the cause of eating disorders per se, but it definitely gives the tools, it gives the connection via social media, via other people on diets, for these eating disorders to grow and continue. Over the last few years now, I've learned more about diet culture and really worked to unlearn my own stuff around diets and bodies and food and weight, which has not only changed my recovery, it's also altered the way that I practice as a therapist. For my clients, I often see it being really confusing, learning coping skills to deal with painful emotions and, really repair that relationship with body and food. And then going into the world or going onto social media and seeing all of these messages about diets and about cutting this food group out, or before and after photos of people's bodies when they've been on a diet. And it feels really strange to be living in a world that is really glamorizing disordered eating and a disordered relationship with food and body. What we know about eating disorders is that they are essentially disorders of disconnection and isolation. And when you think about that paired with 2020 and quarantine and COVID and everything else that's going on in the world, we're more disconnected than we've ever been as humans in our lifetimes. So recovery has gotten that much more complicated and that much more isolating. So what ANAD has done is it's provided these resources really at our fingertips. It's created a way for us to connect with other people who are recovery focused, such as peer mentors or through virtual groups. It can also really help us to break down that eating disorder as our primary relationship and create meaningful relationships outside of that, even when we can't be with people in person.